There is some advice that I have received that got me sexually assaulted. There is advice I have received that doesn't feel inclusive of disability. So the reason that my readings are the way they are and my healing plans are the way that they are is because when I became like disabled, I felt really neglected by the healing community. And it's not that the healing community was incapable. It's that there were deeper ideas. There were, what is like when they're like next to each other and open? It's not 111. It's like, it's not like, oh, the door is like ajar. Like, oh, there's a specific word and I know it. Anyway, it's like, if it's not like a complete, it could be like an extension. That's not the word, but well, that's fine. An extension of, you know, like, yes, there are some things like one size fits all, but when you really break it down and you see like, oh, well, you know, this person has a little bit too much energy here, a little bit lacking here, like, you know, and you see a pattern, but it's going to be a different pattern in someone else. And it's really important to avoid, for me at least, it's really important to avoid that I'm here to save you, I know more than you. Something that I try to coach really, really well is to believe in themselves. So like, especially when I'm working with like children, right? Some people have more patience with children because when they, sorry, I'm trying to show you guys what muscle I'm grabbing. So when they ask questions, it's like they trust you, right, to guide them. But here's the thing. It's important to not force them to be independent or do it on their own, because some people are disabled, right? And they do need assistance. But so when you don't do that, when you act like your fucking kid is stupid and you know everything, you know best, right? These people come to me as fucking adults, and it's like I should tattoo Ask Jeeves, the logo, across my fucking chest and Google across my forehead, because that is how they see me, which is beautiful because AI, you know, AI has taken jobs from people that I love already. AI has taken jobs from my community members already. So yeah, hell yeah, you're asking me questions. So no, I'm not gonna get annoyed. And no, I'm not gonna fucking charge. Even though sometimes I really wish I did. Would I be kinder if I did? Sometimes, maybe. But that's not the point. That's not the process. The process is that you don't need anything outside of you, right? Jesus fucking Christ. And I would like to remind us during this little anger outburst that some of the advice I received got me sexually assaulted. Thank you. So, people are asking questions. When they ask you questions, you have an opportunity, majority of the time, sometimes, to help them feel confident within themselves, to teach them how you get answers for your questions, to say, oh, well, in my experience though, or, oh, you know, like someone shared this with me and I can share this piece with you, and then so you can get two different perspectives or two perspectives. And yeah, where am I going with this? This is a hard one. This is like a hard message to like figure out how to say, because it's really intertwined with like idiot, stupid, dumbass fucking energy. So like, if somebody's calling you stupid and like jackass or dumb or whatever, and they're just fucking like consistently, or they're accusing you of doing drugs, yeah, they'll fucking comment something, they'll go watch your story talking about suicide, and then ask if you're on drugs. That's why people do drugs, bro. That's one reason why people do drugs. One. Just one. There are a lot of fucking bunch of other reasons people do drugs or drink alcohol or eat fast food. Oh my God. Get off their fucking back. 333. You gotta remember too that as a healer, ooh girl, yes, as a healer, do not mistake yourself as their, like, yes, you may be emulating a parental figure for their healing. So your job is going to be to take those wounds, right, and do a little something with it. Within your boundaries, within your permissions, when the times are right. Don't just like, not just letting yourself get run over. However, sometimes when there are big energetic earthquakes going on, or big revelations, or whatever, there's going to be a lot of people need help at the same time. And if all the systems say the same shit, and it doesn't matter if it's Jesus, it doesn't matter if it's rehab, it doesn't matter if it's the school, if they're forcing you to cut off parts of yourself that like aren't super harmful, that's weird. Check it out. Say something. Speak up. When they are calling you stupid, they feel stupid. I guess. I don't know. Like, something that's hard for me right now is it's not even having to do with intelligence. That's right. I already made a post. It's not that they're stupid. But how the fuck I'm gonna explain to somebody else that neither of us are fucking stupid? You just aren't you're not in the same place as me. 522. The message that I didn't know how to interpret, that I was getting frustrated with, is so fucking simple. And it's like, it comes and it goes. It comes and it goes. Anyway, when people ask questions, yes, it's an opportunity to share your knowledge. It's not always somebody's asking you a question and they need all the help they can get. It's not that. It's when you feel that their question is coming from a place and it's like a strong like pull, and it's like they're really, really like depending on you. Like, if you don't answer their question, God knows what will fucking happen. And that's why sometimes you address it, sometimes you don't. And by that, I just mean like, sometimes you encourage them that they can do it on their own, or sometimes you just help them without explanation. I see more cards. Oh. The Emperor and the Lovers. The reason I don't do... Like, I'll only do readings if I'm, like, tapped into the energy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna... Like, if I'm not in love in the way that I want to be with somebody else, I'm not gonna do romance readings. Because I like to have, like, that security. That I'm not just going around and fucking everybody up, right? It doesn't mean that I can't do them and that I don't do them. But I'm also really careful because someone will come ask to do a reading on someone else. And if I don't get their permission, like, or permission from, like, their spirit team or, like, their ancestors, I cannot do the reading. Right? So, yeah. Or, well, you could, but it wouldn't tell you, like, I have spiritual boundaries in place where, or, well, I guess physical boundaries too. There's no fucking difference, but where, like, if the information is not to be shared with me, don't share it with me. Like, you absolutely could go prying, but that's not, from the very beginning, that's not something I have ever recommended. Three of Coins. Five of Swords. Temperance. Yeah. And then also touching upon if you were paying too much mind away from your relationship, or, like, really, like, giving it all to the relationship, which there are definitely times for that. But for me, I gotta be careful. Because if you neglect or turn your back or you focus on something for too long, not in a fear sense, but, like, in a sense of, like, accountability and responsibility. So it's not like, oh, you're tethered to them or you're responsible for this and you can't have time for yourself and you can't do this or that or have your own life. That's not what I mean. I just mean that your friends are your partners too. Hell yeah, wow. Okay, well, I understand why that simple message was, like, so... It's like you can only unlock it as you step forward. Like, what the fuck does that mean? You can only unlock it once you step forward. So what is it that you're stepping forward into? The Devil, Five of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. The darkness camouflaged as the light, but without calling people evil or telling them they're possessed and all of these things at first. Because, I don't know, really, really think about it. Possession, full possession. They are in the body, right? So if you're trying to tell them that they're possessed, who are you telling? Who are you telling that you know? The possessor. The possessee. The possessee and the possessor. That fucking sounds hilarious. I love that. Healing the devil. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Because some people experience other people or like witness other people go through hell and they're just like, oh no, it's fine. You'll get well one day. Oh no, it's fine. I'm fine. You'll be fine. That's not always the case, right? Not that you're insulting their strength, but why, if you've been through it, you wouldn't want to help alleviate their suffering is fucking beyond me, unless you got wrapped in it and there's some residuals. It's this energy. So yeah, I do think that some of the way people exercise or treat dark entities is a little like that's unnecessary. And that might be something that I haven't ever encountered, like, I don't know. But I'm just saying, something too that you gotta consider is the part that you're saying is evil in somebody else because you register it as evil and then they feel it's evil, so they try to block it. That's how entities and stuff can attach to that shit too, because you're not paying fucking attention to it, you're not claiming it, so they are, and then now they're feeding off of it. God damn. Well, well, the healer community has murdered people. Something I said the other day that really stuck in my mind was, you're gonna trust the same system that hurt you to heal you. And then it was hard to look at because I was like, okay, well, if I hurt someone and then I heal them, but when you look at it from like a cultural aspect, there are like similar methods that have different meanings in each culture, so actually changing would and then being able to bring back. But some people will get really mad because their cultures are getting erased, and so sometimes all you need to say is, I'm not trying to erase your culture. Or, like, if I'm participating in it, if I'm learning in it, if I grew up in it to a certain extent, if I have friends or healers that have taught me or I've learned through experience with them, then it's not profiting off of that. It's creating the backbone that you need. So when you are on your healing journey, if you are trying to find community and you feel like you need to change something to fit into those communities, or they immediately go, oh, be better, be better, be better, be better, be better, 333. Get out! Get out, or just really be aware of that and make sure you stand up for yourself and speak your truth. Because if there's 20 people trying to tell you, I don't like that about you, you know those 20 people already ran through some. You know some of those 20 people was just like you to begin with. This video is for like a lot of people. The High Priestess. This video is for a lot of people. There's like, even the sentences you could break apart, and like some would be for one person, some would be for another. So if it doesn't make too much sense, don't freak out too much. I'm sure like it'll click when the time is right, or if you need it. Or sometimes it's like a message, like if something kind of sticks out to you but it doesn't feel like super like click, it's sometimes it's for like a friend or like a fellow person that you're close with, that, or you don't even have to be. It just teaches you how to support someone, because a stranger could walk up and then say something and you, oh, you know, like, and it's just, it doesn't even give you an answer sometimes. Sometimes it's just letting you know like that you're in the right place. You're in the right place in your home. Another thing, coming back home while they're having nightmares or whatever, like calling them back home. Just calling them back home. To themselves. Not to you or what you think or what you feel, because, oh, well, I need them to be my perfect little support bear and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. All that matters is, can you get through the times when you don't understand, or when when the responsibilities have to be like split. And all that's happening right now is that you're staying strong as other people release those emotions. Congratulations, even if you're not a practicing or certified or licensed healer, you are a healer if you are a great friend, because you do these things naturally already. And you don't charge them. So that's, I mean, you can say that you look up to me and I'm so great and this and that, but you know, I do get tips, I do get donations, and sometimes I do have to charge a little bit. It fucking sucks. But sometimes people aren't giving me what I deserve either. So it's a little bit of that accountability. You see, something that could have just been chop, cut throat then became a medicine in a way for many people. It's like the extending construction of Rainbow Road. Four of Wands. Like, it's okay to be detached and like connected at the same, like, you just gotta say like, oh, I feel like when you just explain to people how you feel, sometimes they're just like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I get that, yeah. It helps create a barrier of taking things personally. And then so they know that if you are taking something personally, or they're taking something personally, it's probably actually personal. It's like you found the treasure, dig in. Or like, you know what I mean? You found the fucking X makes the dig in. Three of Wands, Two of Cups, and accountability. The Two of Cups was internal. The Three of Wands is kind of like you can do either. And the Judgment is external. Because you gotta remember too, as kids, like the kind of stuff you would say because you were so imprintable, you gotta remember that you did little bit damage to your parents too. That's all. That's all you gotta remember. And you just move ahead. You know, you resolve some guilt, they resolve some guilt if you actually care. And there's different levels to this. I'm not trying to keep anybody in an abusive relationship, blah, 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 blah. But if you leave an abusive relationship before actually healing it, then it creates a chain reaction of abuse. So, yeah. Okay. Okay, bye.